Trade recap for the day. I took a break even today. It is May 19th, 2026. I'm going to get right into it. Coming into the day, I did have a bearish bias. We're obviously going for this low. There was nothing for us to reject from here, nothing for price to reject from until this low over here. And I was short-term bearish. However, I didn't really like the structure for shorts. There's a difference between seeing a low and thinking, I want to long from this low, and I want to short to this low. It's two different things. And for me, that all depends on structure. Like if the structure here was like, oh, we have very obvious fucking pullback here to like some 4 hour gap, and then we come here, and then maybe like generate liquidity at the lows, and then manipulate like that, and then go to that low, that makes sense. But how you see here, there's literally no fucking 4 hour gap at all in this whole leg. This is just choppy. This is looks like it's generating. We generated liquidity here, generated here. There was some shit generated here prior, and this just all looks like a bunch of stacked up highs. Like if I saw this on a fucking 1 minute chart when I'm entering a trade, I would think, oh, this is LRL. I want to long to this, right? So I was kind of more looking for shorts from here, which, you know, is basically from here. Because I wouldn't want to just short long from here. I'd want to go from this low because that's like the obvious spot. And yeah, so at market open, there was this push higher into this hourly gap, respecting this 15-minute, respecting all this. And there was an entry for a short, and where is it? It's right here. So this wasn't like, I was slightly looking into it, but to get into this, you would have had to take an early entry because there was a 3 minute here. But you would have had to enter right on this 1 minute. And if I got in on this, I would have done something like had my stop loss here. That's an SMT'd high. Break even right here at this 5 minute. You can't even get a 1-to-1 to it. I would have held to this 930 low right here, because we did get an open high from there. Devil's mark, because no wick. And it was all right. I just didn't like this structure that we just straight ripped up. I didn't like that ES was stuck here doing absolutely nothing either. Like NQ displaced all the way past this. NQ got all the way up to these highs, and ES is still just sitting here doing nothing. And I guess you could say, oh, ES is weak, so it shows that we want to be bearish. But I don't know. I just wasn't the biggest fan of this short. If the structure was a little better, I would have taken it. If the 3 minute, if we got a 3 minute close, I also would have taken it. I just, especially because like this was a little iffy to me. So yeah, I just didn't want to get an early entry on it since it irked me out a little bit. So I let it play out. It hit the 5 minute, and then it would have edged my TP. I'm not just going to thin air TP at like a nothing spot, right? I always have it at something, whether it's the low here, like liquidity, or here being like the 930 low, that's an actual spot, or the 930 open, that's an actual spot. And it would have been a break even. Now at this point, I was just like, all right, I don't want to short from here. Getting a resweep here means nothing to me, because at this point we're going for the rest of these highs. And I was thinking either let me mark out the low. I don't know why I don't have it marked. I was thinking we either get a continuation short to it, like open up a 5 minute gap, or we hit it and then get some type of a rebalance play higher. And that's exactly what I took. We took everything needed in this leg. There was this low taken, this 15-minute gap hit, and I took, or I wanted to take, what did I want to take? I think this 30-second right here. I was looking to take this 30-second. That was the highest time frame one in the leg, but right when the 30-second happened, a 5 minute opened up, and then it traded right into this 5 minute, instantly traded into it. Uh, and I just didn't want to take it anymore. Unless we got that 5-minute inverse before tapping this other 5-minute gap. So at this point, I wasn't really looking anymore. And then I realized we do have this 5-minute order block, which was tapped prior, but we never hit the CE of it, which is the like midpoint. And yeah, at this point, we perfectly wicked the midpoint and got a perfect 30 second. Just went straight through this, got a CISD with it, 30-second. I waited for the retest, got in, and I knew that, okay, we had this 15-minute gap right above that was just created. And I don't know if I really would have taken this on a funded, but this is a brand new Apex account. I was like, whatever, let me just get in on it. I'll show the P&L showing that it's a break even. I'll just get in on it like it's an eval, whatever. I'm not copying, like I'm trading only eval for the next 1, 2, 3 weeks just to get back in my groove, get my momentum going again, especially after I've been losing a lot. So once I gain my confidence back is when I'll be trading a live account again. And yeah, I got in on this 30-second, went break even at this 15-minute gap, and then got break even right after that. I think it was a pretty good setup. Would I really take it on like funded accounts or live account? I don't really know, especially if we already hit 2 5-minute gaps, right? But I guess it does make sense that we just took so many lows. Are we going to rebalance this little 15-minute gap? What are we more likely to do? Rebalance this gap and then go lower, or just straight off of some 5-minute gaps, dump another 150 points after price already moved 400 points, 350 points today, right? It'll obviously rather get this tiny fucking 100 point, not even 100 point retrace. Like, yeah, not even much, like 50 points, whatever. And yeah, I think it was a good trade. Wouldn't have played out, would have been a loss if I held it, but I am starting to use rejection blocks as PD arrays. I like it a lot. It's nice when there's no 5-minute and you can see like, okay, the structure looks good, but it just doesn't look good for an inversion. But I still expect it to go higher. And yeah, it looked good. There was this soup here of this low, respecting of what was here? I think a 2-minute. It was a 1-minute gap. Respected that, got that beautiful displacement from it, and that's when I got in. And yeah, good setup, good break even, done for the day. Nothing really that I like here anymore. I didn't like shorts here either. Like to continue because it felt like we already took all the draws. We're not going to take that other draw today. There was, I think, a 2-minute here or something like that. If you got in there, like you can't even get a fucking 1-to-1 RR on that. So unless you limit ordered for a 1-to-1. But I don't know. But yeah, I'm done for the day. That's it. Glad I got break even. Happy with my break even. Happy with how I performed. Not mad about any setups that I took or didn't take. This shit's probably gonna fucking break even too, so it doesn't even matter. Everything was a break even today. This was a break even, or every trade with the model that I use was a break even today. Like whether it was a good setup or not. This shit break even. Like with the way I trade, I'm not gonna just fucking TP thin air off of emotions, right? This break even, and this just break even too, because you'd have to go break even because ES took the low, and now you got wicked out. So everything was a break even today. There was no winning setup for me to take. I would have taken a short off of this 15-minute rejection block. If this second 15-minute candle closed bearish and that rejection block opened up, I would have taken a short off of that rejection block because now we have the structure for the short, right? So if we reject that rejection block, then it shows, okay, we're going to continue lower to this low, like I said, but I wouldn't have wanted to just take it up here because I didn't like the structure. Could have used that 5-minute rejection block, but I think the 15-minute was more clear. But that never happened. So yeah, just one of those days, just one of those break even days where absolutely no setup can work. So I'll make another video next time I take a trade. It's only Tuesday. My trade frequency is going up a lot, which I'm happy about, and I'm still taking good setups. So I'm finally feeling like I'm not just sitting here wasting my time on the charts, right? Because I'm actually getting setups in. So once those setups are actually winning setups, right? Right now they're just losses and break evens. Once they're winning setups, I can actually feel better. And I might post a video later today showing how I could have avoided the two losses that I took yesterday because they were both pretty avoidable. The second loss was definitely avoidable. I don't even know why I entered that. Like, it wasn't horrible, but I just shouldn't have gotten in on it. It wasn't that good. The first one is something I really need to backtest before I say anything about it and before I implement the thing that I learned. But what I was paying attention to was the fact that ES was still going down as NQ was reversing. But I was framing the trade off of an ES PD array because we were inside the 15-minute on both. But ES was what took the 5-minute gap and got a SMT with it, right? And then I took the 30-second inversion. But during that 30-second inversion, ES was still going through the low, not rejecting, right? So at that point, was something that I'm going to test is, okay, should I wait for a CISD with it too? And then, like, since just with this inversion, ES isn't really rejecting anything or showing that it wants to go higher, uh, wait for the CISD. And if when the CISD happens, ES is also getting some up close candles showing, okay, we want to reject from here, then you can take that CISD. Um, or you can just take it anyways, assuming that we'll rebalance at least to whatever internal high there is. But that's something that I have to test before I actually implement it into my trading, right? Uh, and yeah, done for the day. I'll see y'all next time.